I'm Gina Mizell here with Letourneau. We are in Corvallis at the Valley Football Center where it is National Signing Day. Gary Anderson's first recruiting class officially announced on Wednesday afternoon, and we had talked about and written about in the previous days that we expected this coaching staff to close strong just because they sort of had to with the condensed recruiting period based on the coaching change, and we saw them have a strong final official visit weekend, and even more good news today with the guys that they got right during signing day that it decided to be Beavers.
Yeah, almost every guy that was a signing day decision ended up going to Oregon State. The big name of the day being Paul Lucas. He was listed on ESPN as a running back, but he'll come here as a wide receiver out of Phoenix. He's definitely their highest rated guy in this class, and that was a huge gift for them. He was actually a verbal to Arizona State, so pulling him out of the Phoenix area was a big gift for them. And then kind of the one setback was Keanis, I think I got that name right, Keanis Davis, D-end out of Miami, got a late offer from Florida, ended up flipping to Florida today. That was really the only setback for them today. Other than that, they had about, I think, 4 or 5 guys who were signing day decisions who went toward OSU.
Yeah, you mentioned Paul Lucas out of Arizona. Treston DeCowd, a JC cornerback, decided to come to Oregon State. Jay Irvine, a cornerback from Florida. Simi Mayola, a defensive end, chose Oregon State over Utah. And then Noah Togai, the football-basketball standout, is going to play both sports here at Oregon State. So yeah, a very strong close when those letters started coming in at 7 a.m. That were not necessarily surprises, but pleasant outcomes if you're an Oregon State fan. You asked the question to have Gary Anderson run through every single guy, and he kind of gave a breakdown of this entire class. What most stuck out to you about just maybe some common threads or what Oregon State most added during this recruiting season?
Well, the thing that stuck out to me was he was very thorough in his explanations. It was clear that just in a short amount of time, he knows these guys beyond a basic surface level. He knows them on a personal level, which I think is a big reason why he was able to put this class together so quickly. I talked to a couple of recruits yesterday, and they said that the thing that impressed them about this staff is that they're just really easygoing. They feel comfortable with them. They already have that family connection. And so that was what stuck out to me. In terms of the football, a lot of Polynesian guys, a very Polynesian-heavy group, a couple of nice JUCO guys as well. Those are kind of the two pipelines that I think we're going to see Anderson really develop in coming years. And one thing that Anderson said in the presser that I found interesting was they're going to continue to figure out their recruiting strategy. They're assigning different assistants in various states. They're kind of operating on the fly this year, which makes what they're able to do even more impressive.
Yeah, I talked to Director of Player Personnel Vincent Guinta earlier today, and he kind of ran through just what this whole process has been like, from getting here, planning ahead, trying to use the dead period to their advantage as far as getting familiar with Corvallis and getting familiar with what they were going to pitch to recruits or sell to recruits. And then as soon as that dead period ended, man, they were off and running. You look at, there were 2 whiteboards in Vince's office where one was a calendar of January with where every coach was on every single day, and the other one broke down kind of the official visit schedules. And he talked about just needing to be really, really efficient. When a guy came to visit, every minute was practically planned out. It was being in touch with these recruits consistently through social media and through the phone calls that are allowed, just to try to build those relationships. And he talked about kind of going back to his grassroots as far as using connections that they have, which obviously a lot of people on the staff have connections in Utah, have those Polynesian connections. Telly Lockett, the new running backs coach, has a connection in Florida since that's where he used to coach. So yeah, it'll be interesting to kind of see how this now develops after kind of having to be in scramble mode for this first class.
Yeah, he said, as you mentioned, he said they were old school. He doesn't pay attention to the recruiting databases. They went directly to the high school coaches, which is probably a big reason why you have so many guys from concentrated pockets in Utah and Miami. That's really where we saw the glut of this class come from.
Yeah, and I mean, this class rose in most of the recruiting service rankings. They were kind of in the 70s and 80s heading into signing day. Now you see them mostly in the 60s. Of course, those can change throughout the day and even really throughout the week as some more people sign as far as where they actually end up. But it'll be interesting to now see which ones from this class end up having an impact, because Gary Anderson said that if a freshman is ready to go or a JC guy is ready to go as a first-year player, he's going to play.
Yeah, it's always interesting. Signing day is funny because you have no idea. Paul Lucas is the highest rated guy now. Who knows if he'll be a contributor? There's a couple 2-star guys that could be an impact guy. So that's always the fun thing about signing day.
Yeah, we'll look back on this in 2 years and tell you really how this class did. So check back in 2017 and we'll have an answer for you. But that's all for now for us. For Letourneau, I'm Gina Mizell. Keep it with OregonLive.com and in the Oregonian for all your Oregon State football coverage.